Hi everyone, it's Laura. Welcome back. It's time for our weekly wander around the garden. And I wanted to start in the front because there's finally some things starting to bloom up here. So all these little purple guys are the tie-dye petunias. I started these from seed from Swallowtail Gardens. And they pretty much all started to bloom. I lined this whole area with them. And they've all started blooming beautifully. Oh, gorgeous. And then on the other side of this strip here, my oxeye daisies are starting to bloom too. And these are so pretty. I just love them. They grow like weeds in our yard. And I love it. Because I love daisies. They're just such a cheery little bright flower. Not very goth, but that's okay. I think they are though. Because they're very old-fashioned. And that gives goth. Oh, I did want to mention, you see this white stuff? Kind of looks like foam or bubbles. If you have that, don't worry too much. That is from spittle bugs, and they are fairly harmless. Unless you have like a really bad infestation, or if you are growing like a crop of something. I read a little bit about them and they're really pretty harmless. The peony is about to pop. Another couple days, I think. But she looks gorgeous anyway. Let's have another look at these beauties. Hello, beautiful. We had a nice rainstorm the other night. And this area is super dry, so they liked it. Over here, progress is being made finally on the pumpkin patch. I've got my mounds that I'm going to plant into. I'll be making a separate video all about the pumpkins. So stay tuned for that. But I am about to plant up these mounds. I wanted to add a couple more. And I think I'm going to have to put up like a temporary fence around this too. Because of the groundhog. But I actually am kind of worried about her, you guys. I haven't seen her in like a week. And I made this little raised bed for her out of some window boxes that my husband found at the swap shed. I just put them together. I just put some lettuce and stuff in there for her because she's gonna eat that stuff anyway. She comes and eats it anyway, and her hole is right over here, so I thought, let me just try this. I put this in probably 3 or 4 days ago, and she hasn't touched anything yet. I'm a little bit worried about her. But this area is coming along. I need mulch so bad, but there's just so many places that need to be mulched. It's like, where do you even start? And I don't buy mulch. We get it from the swap shed, from the local transfer station. It's free, and it's just like, you know, regular mulch. It doesn't have any dyes or anything, so we have to make a lot of trips back and forth to get it, blah blah blah. Anyway, other than that, this area, this rainbow garden area, is coming along. We've got some orange stuff, lots of yellows. I put the green in here for the green section. Over here, I moved a bunch of my pansies, or violas, you guys know. And I'm trying to make this like a little bit of more of a like a gnome garden. The chipmunk has a little house in here, so sometimes he'll be sitting up on there. It's really cute, but he knocked this little mushroom over. I don't think he likes the mushrooms. That's okay. But look at this columbine. This is the only one that I have that has foliage on it and blooms. So this is the Leprechaun Gold columbine from Baker Creek. I started them last year from seed. They didn't flower last year, but they are this year. But the foliage is so gorgeous. But the ones in the back, the slugs have eaten literally all of the foliage off the plant. So it's just this. But the blooms are pretty too. I don't even know if they'll open up more than this. But they're so pretty. I love it. So this was definitely a winner. I think I got 6 of these. They were not easy to start from seed though. I ended up with 6 plants out of like 20 seeds. But they're gorgeous, totally worth it. There's quite a hum of lawn stuff right now, but I don't think you can hear it on camera. Anyway, these have started blooming. These black Bachelors buttons. If you look pretty close, they've got like a purple tinge to them, but they really do come off pretty black. And I love it. I'm obsessed. I staked them up because they're probably about 4 feet tall right now, and we had that big storm coming. I didn't want them to topple over, and I think it's a good thing that I did, even though my sticks aren't perfect. But some of them would have definitely fallen over, so I have that problem every year. Over on the other side, the cauldron planter is starting to fill in. The verbena is starting to pop a lot more. And as it gets hotter, the celosia at the bottom will also start putting on more of a show. But these hardy geraniums are huge. They were so small, the pieces that I put in here. These plants are vigorous and they're beautiful. These are definitely one of my favorite plants in the garden. I even find these ones to be semi-evergreen. Sometimes they'll turn like a reddish in the winter and lose some of their foliage, but some of it stays. And then these snapdragons are looking great since I thinned out that ajuga. I think that they want to bloom soon. Start blooming anyway. And then back here you can see what I mean about the columbine. There's the plant. No foliage left. The slugs are really bad. But it's my fault too because I don't do anything about it. I also wanted to quickly talk about hydrangeas this year. Look at this baby. She is loaded with buds. There must be 50. I'm not good at guesstimating, but 75? I don't know. This thing's going to be covered in blooms. I think she likes her spot. But this is not, they all look like this. All the established ones. This one's loaded up. This one over here that hasn't bloomed in 3 years, she's all budded up. And I think it's because we had such a mild winter. Also, these get a ton of water back here, especially in this area, because the pool and it's shady and they just love their life. I got the bleh, bleh. I got the pumpkin tunnel all planted up, and some of them are starting to pop up already. I just planted them probably about 3 days ago. Pumpkins pop up fast. You can see how bad the weeds are in here. This is terrible. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna pull them as much as I can, put mulch down, and hope for the best. But they are starting to pop up. I cannot wait to see this all green. And I planted behind them, this row, these are all vanilla, blue spice basil. They have a really heavy vanilla scent, and this is an attempt to keep the critters away from the pumpkins when everything gets bigger. And I planted the pumpkins on both sides. I did plant a few watermelon seeds, and I also planted some birdhouse gourd. I've never grown those before, but I've always wanted to. So hopefully they work. And then in here, I planted some corn. Lots of things planted, but I still have not finished planting everything. I still have like a whole tray of purple basil to plant. And some other stuff. Ay, ay, ay. So I think that's about it for today. I'm currently working on switching out all my containers to summer plantings. So I'm pulling out all the pansies and violas, moving them to shadier spots. I do have some here that I'm not 100% sure about what to do with just yet. Anyway, that's all for today. Thank you guys for joining me. I'll be back in a few days, hopefully, with my video on a statue that I am DIYing, trying to. As long as it's successful, there'll be a video. So thanks for joining me for this one. I hope you guys will subscribe if you are new. And I'll see you all next time. Bye!